Now, occasionally students get a little bit confused in what we mean by logically impossible, and it's really important to focus on this notion of self-contradictory. But I think a few examples will help you focus in on what is really logically impossible and what is not. And here are a couple of good examples, I think. When we're talking about something logically impossible or self-contradictory, the following is self-contradictory. All pigs are mammals, but some pigs are not mammals. You've contradicted yourself in saying that. That's impossible. Arnold Schwarzenegger is a rocket scientist, and he isn't. Again, you said Arnold Schwarzenegger is a rocket scientist, and it's not the case he's a rocket. You've contradicted yourself. Arnold Schwarzenegger is a married bachelor. Married bachelor is a self-contradiction, a contradiction. So all of those things are logically impossible. And it's not each one. In the case of the first two statements that we were talking about, it was their conjunctions. There are two parts to it. Both things can't be true. The third one, it's just one statement that's self-contradictory. But contrast that with something that is not self-contradictory. And this is the one that causes people some concern. Arnold Schwarzenegger is a rocket scientist, and pigs fly. People look at that, and the first thing they tend to say to me is either, wait a second, Arnold Schwarzenegger was a weightlifter, maybe he's a politician and a movie star, but Arnold Schwarzenegger is no rocket scientist. He's not smart enough. Okay, but nobody said that it's true. We're just saying that it's possible. It's not a contradiction that Arnold Schwarzenegger is a rocket scientist. Well, then they look at the second half of that statement. Pigs fly. People look at me and say, pigs don't fly. Pigs can't fly. But the point is that it doesn't contradict itself to say that pigs fly. Perhaps it contradicts the laws of physics that pigs fly, because pigs are physical objects, and physical objects without wings can't fly. Maybe it's a violation of the laws of nature, but it's not a violation of the laws of logic that pigs fly. And it's also not a matter of logic that Arnold Schwarzenegger, you might not think he's the brightest guy around. He's not a rocket scientist in the metaphorical sense of rocket scientist. Or literally, he never studied rocket science, physics. He's a politician. He's an actor. But it's not a matter of logic. You're not contradicting yourself in saying that Arnold Schwarzenegger is a rocket scientist. You're saying something that's false, but not something that's self-contradictory, not something that's impossible. It's different than saying that Arnold Schwarzenegger is a married bachelor. You can't have a married bachelor. It's like having a round square. It's just not logically possible. So it's this self-contradictory. When something is logically impossible, it is self-contradictory. So going back, let's just take a quick look. Going back at our definition of validity, say an argument's valid just in case it's impossible for its premises to be true and its conclusion false. That is, it's a contradiction for its premises to be true and its conclusion false.